All right, welcome back to the show, everyone. Thank you all for joining. I'm Giuliano, and I'm here with my guest today, Connor Bare Knuckle Berry. Connor, welcome back to the show. I had you on about 2 years ago. I actually just rewatched our interview a little bit from 2 years ago, and you just kind of recently opened up your gym. Now, fast forward two
Hmm.
years, I'm interviewing you again because you're about to take a fight. You're getting back into the fight game.
Yeah, back into it, man. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
excited. It's been a long, long time since my last one.
yeah.
Um, and it took a. There was a lot of things going into it that, it's different nowadays. Um, Back when I had started fighting, it was, like when I really, really started fighting, doing amateur stuff, I had like nothing to lose.
Hmm.
I didn't really care about being hurt or injured or anything like that because I didn't have anything to lose, And
Yeah.
now there's a bit of this kind of more. I, in some ways, there's pressure. In some ways, like there's a lot less than had I when I was like competing more regularly,
Yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah,
So speaking
yeah.
of your
So it's
last fight, that was in
mhm,
2021, all the way back in 2021. You had a first
yeah,
round TKO, and now we're in 2026. So 5 years off. Um,
yeah.
I mean, you're still young. You're still young, and
Oh yeah,
you left young. So
yeah.
you went away with a victory. You're coming back. This is a kickboxing bout, not an MMA bout, but
Mhm.
it's still a professional fight.
Yep, that's correct. Yeah. So my last fight, I had broken my arm in it, and it led to a lot of reflection after the fight, where I had been continuously like taking fights over and over again. Some of them would work out, some of them wouldn't. It was just kind of like this lifestyle of being a fighter where
Hmm.
all you think about is the next fight. And I didn't get enough time to like really think about my life and where I wanted to be and what I wanted to do. And when I finally had some time away from fighting, uh, at first it wasn't really good thoughts. It's like, wow, I wasted a lot of my like once I retire or give it up my career, like what was all that time for? And I was
Hmm.
just I didn't have like I was doing some personal training and things like that at the time,
Hmm.
but I didn't really have a good way that I could really make a living doing martial arts, and
Hmm.
doing what I loved. I didn't have any opportunity for that. So in my head, I was like, all right, well, maybe I need to get another job. Maybe I need a desk job. Maybe I need to do
Hmm.
this. And I'm so far behind all my peers, like all the people I went to school with, like who
Yeah.
already, instead of focusing on fighting, where like the negative things, about that. I was like, man, I wasted my time. Like all I do is like look for a fight, and they're
Hmm.
only paying me $1,000, and I get hurt, and now I got to pay
Hmm.
thousands of dollars, and
Yeah.
I can't even afford health insurance. And
Yeah.
just just so many things in my life that were kind of going wrong. And with the 5 years off, I managed to. Uh, build my brand up a lot better. I managed
Hmm.
to build the gym up. We have a beautiful gym.
Hmm.
I'm a little biased, but I think probably one of the nicest gyms in the area,
Yeah.
in terms of facility, in terms of culture, and in terms of training.
Yeah.
And
It looks
I got,
amazing. It looks amazing.
yeah, dude, it's incredible, man. It's incredible. And I'm just really blessed. Like it wasn't all intentional in that way.
Hmm.
I kind of just I went into it scared as shit, just like we do going into fights. You
Hmm.
know, um, not knowing if it's going to work or if you're going to be a failure, or if and in business, it's not like, all right, well, I might just get hurt or something like that.
Hmm.
I mean, obviously that's still something we think about, but you, I put everything I had, like every bit of my savings and my money, about like my whole life got put into this place, that if it didn't work out, I mean, I didn't even think about it not working out.
Yeah.
I put myself into a corner, and it
Hmm.
had to work out. And uh and it did. And
Hmm.
things have been going great over there. I'm in a little more stable of a position
Hmm.
than I was when I was fighting. And I'm kind of I'm kind of what I'm doing now. Like, I don't want to fight for my ego anymore. I don't really want to fight to, or I'm the best or anything. For one, I'm not the best, and I know that, and I don't need to prove that to me or anybody else. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. You know, if I wanted to be a UFC champion and that was my goal, then maybe I would have a different attitude. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. I don't care about fighting in the big leagues anymore. I don't care
Mm-hmm.
about glory or anything like that. But to help my people in the gym and to build our community up
Mm-hmm.
and to help promote the gym in the meantime,
Mm-hmm.
and also just to like, I don't know if I'm going to sound like a douchebag, but to like lead from the front,
Mm-hmm.
like where I see my students doing it all the time, and in a way, I see them doing it. I'm like, man, like these kids are so fucking tough. Like they're going in there and they have no idea what's about to happen, and they're just putting their body on the line when they have a full
Mm-hmm.
time job and they have a family and they have all these things that like, why are they doing it? And
Mm-hmm.
to the outsider, you don't really know, but to us, there's something deeply intrinsic, about it. It's like you have some real value when you fight, and you learn a lot about yourself. It's like Fight Club. Like, what do you know about yourself if you've never been in a
Yeah.
fight? You
Yeah.
know, and I think for me, just to show my guys like how I do it.
Mm-hmm.
Win or lose, like you learn from your mistakes, and at the same time, you give everything you have out there, and if you give everything you have out there, man, you always win.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Um, I'm very excited for your fight. I'll be there. I'm gonna
Hell yeah.
go.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I've
That'd be
never
dope.
seen you. I've never seen you fight live. Um, so I'm excited. I can finally watch your watch your craft.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Watch
And it's
you.
it's really
You know.
it's cool too because I've just like since I've been taking a break away from fighting, like all I've been doing is jujitsu, and it kind of
Mm-hmm.
satisfies the itch a little bit in certain ways where I can be competitive and it keeps me sharp in training, it keeps me healthy. Like I just have
Mm-hmm.
something to work towards, um, and I find that always keeps me a little bit sharper than had I not.
Mm-hmm.
But I have kind of like now it seems like I'm kind of just known for being a jiu-jitsu guy.
Yeah.
And honestly, I was like a boxer before I ever did jiu-jitsu.
Hmm.
And I remember when I started jiu-jitsu, I kind of was like, nah, it's not really my thing. Like I'd rather be punching people. Like, I didn't really enjoy it so much. So I never in at least in my head, I haven't really got to showcase how good my striking is
Mm-hmm.
in any of my uh, MMA fights. I kind of always revert back to going on the ground. Part of it is like accumulating damage type of thing. Like I've always tried to keep my brain healthy and safe,
Mm-hmm.
and think I've done a great job at doing that. I've probably been punched in the face like a handful of times in all my fights as an amateur
Mm-hmm.
and a pro, and the majority of them were on the ground. So
Yeah.
there was not a lot of rotation or hips or anything like that. So it
Mm-hmm.
was mostly I can't really remember. I can remember like maybe one or two times being hit in the head
Mm-hmm.
standing, and then that's about it. And
Yeah.
I had 10 pro fights and 7 amateur fights, and otherwise I can't really remember
Yeah.
if I have or haven't. But
Yeah. Definitely.
yeah, so
Definitely.
I think in a way for me to it's not to say it's like a weak area in my game at all. I think my striking's equal equal level to my grappling. But
Mm-hmm.
I just felt like I've never been able to showcase it in that sort of way.
Yeah.
That it gives me this opportunity that now there's no option that it goes to the ground. If
Yeah.
it does, the fight's over. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
And it kind of is where I perform best is when I could put this type of pressure where I have to like I've always said I wanted to work on like to have good stand up fights, and for
Mm-hmm.
some reason when it comes down in MMA, like I just once I get to the ground, I feel so comfortable, and I feel like I was so leagues ahead of people having to uh, without having to risk anything. Right, I just felt like it was less of a risk for me, and I just ended up going there most of the time, and it worked out well for me. But
Mm-hmm.
I just had always felt like I had something left to give,
Mm-hmm.
and that's kind of what the idea with taking a kickboxing fight is.
Yeah, definitely. And were you the one who reached out to Combat FC, Joe Cav, or or were other promotions kind of reaching out, or was this the one that you wanted to reach out to?
So Joe had been I've known Joe for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
I run a nonprofit out of our gym where we work with uh, kids with disabilities and
Mm-hmm.
autism, and his niece
Mm-hmm.
Ava comes in every Friday basically
Mm-hmm.
and joins us in our classes.
Mm-hmm.
So I've become pretty good friends with his family and
Mm-hmm.
his brother Chuck. And
Yep.
when he reached out, he's like, "Hey, Connor, like, really would love to get you on there." And I I felt like I felt like it was a good time right now. And
Yeah.
in terms of like, I guess there's never really a good time. Like nowadays, I just things are just so busy. Like
Mm-hmm.
putting on the Imperium Open and like being a promoter myself in some sorts of ways,
Mm-hmm.
um, being a coach, an athlete, a husband. Like uh, my businesses. Doing art in the Imperium, and just things are super busy, and it doesn't seem like they're ever going to get less busy for me.
Yeah.
So it's like a now or never type of thing, man, honestly. And I'm only getting older. Not that I am old, but, it's for anybody out there that's like questioning, like, am I going to go and continue like fighting regularly now? I'm not. uh, it's fun to think about it, but my life is just so much better. Uh, without doing that all the time. You know,
Yeah.
it'd be
Yeah.
nice to like to do it on your own terms and be like, hey, like I think now is a good time to go about doing it. And in terms of kickboxing, it's something new for me. It's a new experience,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of just the novelty of it is fun for me. It's
Yeah.
like, oh wow, I get to really do this, and I get to go back in there, and I'll be actually I'll be there with one of my students, and it'll be
Mm-hmm.
our first time we fight together on the same card, me and
Mm.
Anthony Vasta.
Oh,
Uh,
nice.
and it's a nice moment for us. He's seen me fight just once or twice. No, I think he's
Mm-hmm.
only seen me fight one time. And I've
Mm-hmm.
been to all his fights, like
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe 15 of them or so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
just a good opportunity for me. Yeah.
That's funny. Uh, the life of a fighter.
Oh yeah, yeah. Never laundry never ends, man. In the
Oh,
gym.
oh yeah, doing
Oh
multiple,
man,
wearing
yeah. It's like,
multiple clothes a
dude,
day.
yeah. Every day, like two or three things, and we have the sauna at the gym now too. So like,
Damn.
by the time you're popping the sauna at the end of the day, your clothes are like disgusting.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh my god.
Um,
But it's been awesome. The sauna's incredible, man. It when we got the space, it came with the gym
mhm,
basically. People had a gym in there prior,
mhm,
and they went bankrupt, so they left
hmm,
everything. So it came right with the gym. All our
yeah.
weight cuts are easy now. It fits like 10 people in there. It's a big,
Wow.
big sauna. Gets hot as hell.
Yeah,
Helps the recovery a lot.
that's
And
great.
definitely now that I'm getting a little bit older, like
Mhm,
with my training, like I think it's really a big help in recovery and
mhm.
getting everything back to the
Yeah,
way it should be.
definitely, definitely. So normally you're in a lot of, obviously you're always in your fighter's corner. So who's going to be in
Mhm.
your corner for your fight?
Oh man, dude, I honestly haven't really even thought about it yet. I have I have a few ideas. I haven't really reached out honestly and asked yet, but
Mhm,
I'll definitely be there for my guy Vasta. I
Yeah.
I'm really hoping that I'm really hoping I get on the card like nice and early. Like
Yeah.
I don't want any sort of like special. I'd actually, I don't want any, like to be put towards the end of the card. It always is, it's not my favorite.
Yeah.
Like towards the end of my like fighting career, I had always been like what like the last one, and
Hmm.
I hate it. As
The
Tom
waiting.
Petty said, the waiting is the hardest part, and he's totally right about it.
Yeah.
It's you just get in there like, all right, let's just go and do it. And you're the first fight of the night. It's awesome. Like, but it just feels so great. And you're the last fight of the night. It's terrible.
It's terrible.
It's terrible, man. You're just sitting there in the fucking locker room. It's like, oh, you can't enjoy any bit of your time because all you're thinking about is going to fight, you
Yeah.
know? And there's something like so like primal about it that like you feel like an animal locked in a cage before you're even in the cage.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I've just been pacing around like, let's fucking go. Let's get this shit
Hmm.
over with. And
Yeah.
yeah, I've never like, I've never really enjoyed like after fighting I enjoy it, but I've
Yeah.
never like enjoyed like that's why a lot of my fights like I've been trying to I had a lot of first round finishes because I just try to get it over as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Like, dude,
Yeah.
like get me out of here. Like, let's just finish this shit. Like, I'll go back to my normal life. Like, yeah, 'cause one way or another, it's stressful. It's like
Yeah.
the crowd and the opponents and things like that. It all like adds up. And anybody that tells you not, it's full of shit. You
Yeah.
know, we all feel the same shit.
Yeah.
There's I've seen like guys that everybody thinks are like monsters and killers, and
Hmm.
and I could see them before fights and stuff like that, and it's a different story.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what weight
Oh
class is
yeah.
this gonna be at? Because you haven't cut
So
weight
this
in a
is
while,
this is
so
at middleweight.
okay.
I'm not really cutting much weight this time
Mm.
around. Be fighting at 185.
Yep.
It feels really good to not have to worry about cutting down to 55 for sure.
Wow.
Um,
Wow.
yeah, like that's where I had the majority of my fights at lightweight.
Hmm.
Um, and it's honestly the weight cut was harder than the fight a lot of times. Like the
Hmm.
whole time, like actually just about every time, really.
Hmm.
Just about every time it was harder than my fights. I'd be like depleted, and I remember like when I finally got to be able to eat and drink after the scale, like I
Hmm.
didn't even think about the fight anymore. I wasn't even worried at the fight anymore. I was just like, all right, cool, like I can finally eat and drink now. Like, wow, life is good,
No,
and then
life is good.
yeah, I don't even think about the fight at all anymore because I can eat and drink. And then, I mean, this time around, like I can eat and drink the whole time. I don't have to
Hmm.
worry about much. I
Yeah.
have, a couple pounds to cut, but it's not, nothing.
Yeah.
It's really nothing. It's, you know, uh, I don't have to do a strict diet or
Hmm.
anything like that. I've been training really hard, uh, for kickboxing and striking. It's been
Yeah.
exciting for me, like to get back
Hmm.
in there sparring and to get back to work. My condition is really good. I'm building up my power.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited for it.
That's awesome. That's great. I'm so excited to watch you fight.
Yeah,
I'm
man, it's
so
gonna be a
excited.
blast, dude. It's gonna be a blast.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh,
Oh yeah, and
yeah, that's great.
Vasta's to have Vasta fight in there with me too is like,
Yeah, I was
it's
excited.
kind
I
of
was
like a
excited to have him up for NEF, but I don't. Felipe told me that he had to pull out. So, well,
yeah. I
Felipe
heard he
pulled
had a
out.
knee
Vasta
injury
didn't
or
pull out,
something.
but yeah, yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I heard he had a knee injury, and
Mhm,
Combat FC had given us a matchup that we liked.
mhm.
The kid he's decent winning record, man. He's fought in NEF. His name is Eric Alvarado.
Oh
I don't know if
yeah,
you've
yeah,
seen
yeah,
him
yeah.
fight before, but
Yep.
he just fought Tyler Smythe.
Mhm,
Um, I I like him. He's a good kid. I've
Yeah.
chatted with him. His coaches are awesome people. Big fan of
Mhm.
them. Uh, Personally, I think it's a great match for Vasta.
Mhm.
Um, I think to get a win over a nice winning record opponent is going to be really good for him in this stage of his career.
Mhm.
Uh, Personally, the style of fight seems to be like super favorable to what Voss is looking for.
Mhm.
Voss is super long, a 6'2", 145er.
Yeah.
This guy will be coming up from typically fighting at 135,
Mhm.
um, and it's a really tall test. Uh, and say what you want. Like, Voss's record's not incredible, but
Mm.
as a fighter, he's tough as nails. Like,
Yeah. He
he'll
stayed in
give
there all
everything
three
he
rounds
has.
with Lucas Rosa.
Yeah, and send him to the hospital afterwards.
Yeah.
It was, and he didn't really take any damage in the fights either, which is, pretty crazy. Like
Mhm.
he's a tough kid, and people underestimate him because he takes tough fights all the time. He's just he's a crazy man. He doesn't want to take easy fights because for him it just doesn't wet the whistle.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just it doesn't do what he wants it. Like he just doesn't feel anything. And I get
Yeah.
it in a lot of ways. Like I've had fights too where it comes in there and the guy the guy doesn't give as good of a fight as you want him to, or we all want to win all the time, but
Mhm.
there are times like with the way that the sport is, it's important to build a good record. It's important
Yeah.
to get those wins and be able to market yourself. Like
Definitely.
the guys that don't fight or don't watch fights, they
Mhm.
basically only know you for your record, and it's kind of a shame in that sort of way. Like,
Yeah.
people are like, "Oh, well, what's your record?" And you're like, "Well, I'll tell you my record, but like,
Mhm.
I mean, and you're gonna be like, "Oh, well, that's pretty good," and you're like,
Yeah.
"Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah." Well,
Yeah.
like it doesn't even tell a fraction of the story.
Yeah.
But to the outsider, who a lot of times, like, the outsiders are who's paying to watch the fights,
Mhm.
like there's fighters and stuff there, but they're not making the promotions much money. They're not making the UFC much money. Like the UFC's putting their shows on for people that don't fight. You
Yeah.
know, they
Yeah.
just want to watch. And,
Yeah.
and promoters are doing the same thing. And even in like my gym and all the gyms, any successful gym is not marketing to the fighter either.
Mhm. Yeah.
These guys don't
Yeah.
even have money. I know. I
Yeah.
was there. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to have a job, or
Mhm.
you have to be able to afford to go to these events, or to watch it or stream it. And
Yeah.
like the people that you're marketing to are not fighters.
Mhm.
And yeah, I digress, but
Yeah. Yeah. One of the things I wanted to know was, yeah, I saw you've recently started your open, your jujitsu
yeah.
open. You're kind of like going in, like you said earlier, to the promoter side. I think
hmm
is your event in 2 weeks?
yeah, 2 weeks from now. Yeah.
Yeah. So what made you want to try and like kind of go to that side?
Honestly, originally, like all good things in my life, it kind of happened by accident.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I just so we had a lot of our guys, and we I had some sort of bad taste in my mouth from certain uh grappling
Mm-hmm.
tournaments, things like that. And I get it. Everybody has to do what they have to do. As a promoter, I'm never going to make anybody happy either. I've had a lot of
Yeah.
drama. I've had a lot of drama. Uh, Initially, I had tried to do it as just like this a community event. And I was like, all right, it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be great for the community. Like maybe I'll be able to like promote my nonprofit and things like that over there, and
Mm-hmm.
to have just another day where we can have like professional photos taken of athletes, like
Mhm.
professional videos, like a way for everybody to market themselves and to like
Mhm.
elevate the community.
Mhm.
Um, and that was the intention. And actually, well, the real intention before that was just to get our guys some matches. We were gonna just do
Yeah.
like an in-house tournament basically,
Mhm.
and that was like the first one was literally at my gym.
Mhm.
Um, so the plan was just an in-house tournament,
Yeah.
and I had like just been fucking around with like some graphic design stuff, and I made
Mhm.
some posters for like a couple matches, and then like all of a sudden I just was getting DMs left and right. Everybody
Mhm.
wanted to do it,
Yeah.
and I could see that there was a need for something like a niche like this
Yeah.
in the sport. I know in Maine they have like the flow sub only.
Mhm.
I see people doing similar sorts of events,
Yeah.
and we didn't have anything like that here in Massachusetts.
Mhm.
And if you look on the West Coast, they have shit like this all the time, and it's
Yeah.
dope. And everybody just comes to us like kind of like friendly sort of events,
Mhm.
and you go in there, and it's just a great way to help market yourself as an athlete, especially jiu-jitsu, where you could do IBJJF, you could win a big prestigious tournament, and maybe nobody even takes a photo of you on the mats the
Mhm.
whole time,
Yeah.
like the videos are like super grainy, it's like just some tiny camera that doesn't move around,
Yeah.
like I wanted to do it in a way that, like for us, even a lot of MMA shows, like, a lot of the lower level MMA shows, like their videos are trash.
Mhm.
Like when you go to look it up on YouTube, you can see like, I mean, the, it looks like it's filmed on like a toaster oven from the 80s,
Yeah.
and it's hard, like, because nowadays this is how you promote yourself, is how
Yeah.
everything runs,
Yeah. It's all
so
on the
you
social
need to have
media.
good content. You need to have
Mhm.
good content. It's like crucial. And like looking back through my old content, I was like, wow, I'm missing so many fights. Like there's so many fights that I don't have any videos of
Yeah.
whatsoever. And it's like, it's such a bummer, man, because in my, like, these were very, very big events in my eyes, like for
Mhm.
me, not for, I mean, for anybody, everybody else, it doesn't fucking matter at all. But for me, they were big milestones for me, and they took a lot to get in there, and to not have any footage or like maybe a couple photos is like a huge shame, honestly.
Yeah.
So, my idea with this was like, all right, let's give people the tools that they need to, and an opportunity that they can get, you know, great photos, great videos, like
Mhm.
an opportunity to have a match against somebody as even as possible for matchups,
Mhm.
and yeah, that was the initial plan. And seeing things from a promoter side of things, like when I was fighting, I had always just thought like, oh, every promoter's out there to try to fuck me, and they're trying to make money, and
Yeah.
you think that when you're fighting, because ultimately, like, if somebody gives you an unfavorable matchup, or so,
Mhm.
sometimes it's hard not to take it personally, and you're
Yeah.
like, wow, dude, I'm like 0-0, and you want me to fight a 9-0 guy? Like,
Yeah.
what the, are you out of your fucking mind? Like, you think
Yeah.
I'm dumb? Like, and people will do that. Like
Yeah.
when I started my career, I was an amateur fighter, or an independent fighter, so I wasn't
Mhm.
with a gym or management or anything like that. And that those were these were what was happening. Like
Yeah.
everybody was, and people like in your head, you're like, wow, these guys are trying to see me get hurt. They're trying to, like trying to promote
Mhm.
their guy. They're trying to help their guy out. And as a fighter, it's hard not to take things like that personally. But then you
Yeah.
look at the job as a promoter in the same sense. Like for me, I mean, do I have enough time? Like, I don't have time to watch people's matches. I mean, it's jujitsu. I don't see anybody's record. I mean, I just am looking weights and names and
Mhm.
trying to get things as close as possible. And if people say yes, I'm going to book it. And if people say no, like, I'll find something different. But,
Yeah. Yeah. How many
like,
matches are you trying to have on the card?
I should have 25 matches on this next one. We've been
Wow.
I'm about at that point where we'll stop making matches.
Mm-hmm.
We sold out pretty quickly at our last show. We had the cops come there within like the first 10 minutes. uh, this time we booked a venue, so we should have a little bit more leeway for how many people we can have there.
Yeah.
Um, we'll have cash bar, so drinks,
Mm-hmm.
food. Um, we're gonna do it. We're just gonna we're gonna do exactly what we did last time. I think it was a big
Mm-hmm.
success
Mm-hmm.
for us last time, and just do things a little bit better, make the right changes that we need to, and yeah, But it is going back towards like the promoter things. Like
Mm-hmm.
I had to deal with a lot of drama going into that, and my intentions were all like, all right, cool, I'm going to just do something good for everybody. And there was lots of people that were unhappy with one thing or another
Mm.
thing. And, I have many things going on.
Yeah.
I'm not just doing this. This is one of the many side quests that I've been doing,
Yeah.
that brings me some joy. And
Yeah.
it's almost like, I don't want to say it like it didn't ruin it for me, right? Because like honestly, when you face that adversity, a lot of times it's like you need to do it, right? Like
Yeah.
once I started seeing people that you know, um,
People that care.
yeah, that were haters, I was kind of like, yeah, all right, I'm doing something good then,
Yeah.
like if people are care enough to hate, yeah, then
Yeah.
then
That's
they are,
awesome.
and I felt a lot of that going into it, as a this social thing. Like I just felt
Mm-hmm.
like people were upset one way or another about like I don't know about or the order of the fights or
Mm.
like just like stuff that I would have never thought about in my mind. Like
Yeah.
decisions, like just stuff that for me, it's like, all right, like we're doing an in-house tournament. It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
We're all growing from here. It's a win-win for everybody. And people would still be upset about, you know, God knows what. But it's, and I get it, right? I totally get it as a promoter. Uh, I get it as like holding a tournament. Like, everybody hates on IBJJF all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and myself included sometimes. We still compete for them. It doesn't
Yeah.
change anything. Like we all know how they act and
Mm-hmm.
how that there is a lot of things that are bad about it. But
Yeah.
why do we still do it then?
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to fucking do. That's why. Yeah.
That's yeah,
Like you can't
definitely.
really. What other tournaments are you going to do? Every
Mm-hmm.
tournament has problems.
Yeah.
Like you go to
Yeah.
any one of them. I've done just about every jiu-jitsu tournament, and there's things that I like about them, and there's things that I dislike about every single one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yeah.
felt like I had an opportunity to change that and
Mm-hmm.
to make something better than what was out there on the market now,
Mm-hmm.
and that was my intention with it. And
Yeah.
uh, yeah, I'm
Definitely.
excited for the show on the 23rd.
That's great. That's great. So you have, I mean, you're like you said, this is one of your many side quests. Um, I mean, you're open, you got your
Hmm.
fight, you're expanding your gym. Is there anything else you want to try and do before the end of the year?
Uh,
Want to go to the moon?
uh, I mean, a lot of these things kind of come up, and like I say, a lot of the best things that happen to me have been accidents.
Yeah.
And it's like God blessed me with uh, a lot of blessings, honestly,
Mm-hmm.
man. And I'm I'm happy. I think that means I have to be doing something right at this point.
Yeah.
If everything's going out in that sort of way, I do have a lot of big plans
Mm-hmm.
uh, for the upcoming year. Most of them uh, are around the gym.
Yep.
So most of them are like just building my business up until like I wanted to be like I I don't want to compare myself to other gyms or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's a little distasteful in some sorts of ways to be like I want
Yeah.
to be the best, but
Yeah.
I
You
also
should
do want to
though.
be the best.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. You
yeah,
should.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's your thing. You're putting all your
Yeah,
time
I
and
want to
effort
be
in.
the
You
best.
better
Like
be the
that's
best.
yeah, facts, right?
Yeah.
Facts. So I'm working on that as much as possible. I'm trying
Mm-hmm.
to build that up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's my savings. That's my future. Everything's over there.
Yeah.
I think after kickboxing fight will be awesome for me. I think it just gives me this new opportunity to one just go through the mental things again. Like
Mm-hmm.
physically, I'm in the best shape of my life, better than I've
Mm-hmm.
ever been in, when I was actively
Good.
fighting
Yeah.
more often.
Yeah.
I, as a martial artist, I have more skills and more knowledge than I ever did when I was fighting professionally.
Yeah.
Um, at this point, it's just like, all right, just getting into the cage. It's always difficult with the amount of stuff going on in life and things
Mm-hmm.
like that. Like just to make it there, but to get in there, man, I feel great about it. I feel like it's like man, I'm excited to get in there. I'm excited
Mm-hmm.
to put on a show for everybody, and I want to really showcase my striking with this one
Yeah.
and show what I can do.
Definitely. Definitely. I'm really excited. I'm
Oh
so
yeah,
excited. Like you said, the lack of footage on just kind of every fighter and also you specifically. Like I've watched all your fights that are available that I could find, which weren't many.
yeah,
But I mean, they were good. They were great. But
yeah,
like I said, they're lacking the content on
yeah,
fighters and people. Um, that's also
yeah. And
one
I
of the
think I
reasons
think
I like
Combat
doing
FC
this.
does yeah,
You know.
Combat FC does a really good job with the production of the show, like
Hmm.
the fight pass and like just the way that their footage looks, and I have been really impressed by the production of their show.
Hmm.
And they really do a lot. Um, the footage is great. It looks very professional.
Hmm. It's on
Where
UFC Fight Pass.
yeah, 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 yeah. It's something that is not well. It's a big deal.
Hmm.
It's a big
Yeah.
deal, and for me to finally be able to have like quality uh content, I
Yeah.
suppose, in some ways, like to have like quality content
Yeah.
is going to be huge,
Yeah.
for me, especially in this day and age where
Yeah.
you know
Stepping into 2026.
100%, man, 100%. And I think too, in the meantime, like being able to have this, like through my social media and YouTube and stuff like that, it's the last few years as I've built everything up,
Hmm.
has really revolved around jujitsu.
Yeah.
And I would like to shift into striking. I think my striking style is really different
Hmm.
than what a lot of people are doing. I think is really confusing and kind of disturbing to some people. And you know, I want to be do I want to be fighting in glory or kickboxing or anything like that? Hell no. Like I don't want to take on a career as a kickboxer after this
Yeah.
fight. Like if I have another one, great. If I don't, great. It doesn't really matter to me at this point. It's not my main goal in life to be
Hmm.
a fighter, but I am treating this fight as it could be my last. So I'm really putting
Hmm.
everything into this, man.
Good.
Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna be putting on the best performance of my life out there, and I'm very confident in that.
Yeah, I want to thank you. I want to leave the floor to you. You can feel free to give your shout out, sponsors, thank yous to
Of
anyone. The
course,
floor is
man.
yours.
I appreciate it, man. So obviously, want to thank everybody at Imperium. Those are my guys and girls over there. Uh, I'm doing it for you guys. Uh, it's good. Love everybody over there. My wife, she's been an awesome support. Helps me out as so much, and I couldn't do all this shit that I do without her. So that would be important. I want to thank CrossFit's No Regrets and North Reading. We partnered up with them over the last month, and it has been an incredible partnership between us. It's been great to see them come down to Imperium and work on martial arts, and it's been awesome to have a fully loaded CrossFit fitness gym about half a mile down the road from us that we can go and train at. So my conditioning's been incredible. It's going to be a whole nother level that I've never had before, and I really want to thank them. Then I want to thank Team Takeover. Andre, he does all of our shorts, custom gear, all that stuff. He's incredible, works great, makes awesome custom gear. Any gyms in the area, I think he's still taking on some gyms to do drop shipping. So it helped us out enormously when we started, and needed merchandise, and I didn't have enough money because I put it all into the gym. So people could just order it online directly, and it would send to them. And I didn't have to spend $4,000 or $5,000 on a bunch of shit that I'd have laying around the gym for months, you know. So that really helped the business as well. So thanks to Andre from Team Takeover. Uh, I I might be missing some people somewhere along the way. Yeah, thanks to all the family and everything else, I guess, and we'll just lump everybody else into the next. So if I miss you, and it doesn't mean I don't care about you, but I'm doing my laundry right now and I can't think.
I'm doing my laundry now. I can't think. That's a great quote. That's a great quote. I'm doing my laundry now. I can't think.
All right,
uh,
Giuliano, great speaking with you, man.
Thank you.